Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Commonwealth would call William Foley.
Just remain standing, face the clerk.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you should give to hostile information.
Step right up here, sir. Just watch your step, sir. Thank you.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Could you state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes, my name is William Foley, Foley.
And where do you work, sir?
I work for U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
What does the U.S. Customs and Border Protection do?
The U.S. Customs and Border Protection inspects arriving merchandise, cargo, and travelers traveling into and out of the United States.
And how long have you been with U.S. Customs and Border Protection?
With U.S. Customs and Border Protection for 13 years.
And what are your responsibilities there?
My responsibilities are mainly to inspect documents of individuals that are traveling into and out of the United States.
Are you familiar, as a result, with a system known as TECS, T-E-C-S?
Yes.
Can you tell us what that is?
Sure. So TECS is a law enforcement tool that basically stores arriving and departing records for individuals that are traveling into and out of the United States.
And who has access to it?
U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
And how are entries in TECS generated?
They're mainly inputted by the airlines when passengers travel internationally on aircraft.
Now, are you familiar with another system called APIS?
Yes.
Can you tell us what that is?
Yes. So APIS stands for Advanced Passenger Information System. It's a system used by the airlines to transmit travel data of passengers traveling into and out of the United States.
And what interaction does that have with TECS?
Once a record is inputted into APIS, it's transmitted to TECS within 72 hours of a traveler's arrival or departure into the United States.
And what would someone who's traveling in or out of the United States need to give in order to have their information go into APIS?
A passport.
And now, what happens if someone has dual citizenship and has two passports?
So the airlines scan whichever passport or record whatever passport is provided to them by the traveler.
And if someone has dual citizenship, would it record still that they're coming or leaving the country?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
So if someone has dual citizenship and they use another country's passport, does it still get recorded into APIS?
Yes.
Okay. Now, sir, you've earlier provided some documentation from TECS that's been stipulated to as Exhibit 82. Your Honor, with the court's permission, the Commonwealth would seek to publish Exhibit 82.
And the description of Exhibit 82 is what?
A two-page TECS document having the name Anna Walshe.
Is it from one of these two systems?
It is from the TECS system by U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
All right. The 2 pages of TECS documents are now admitted into evidence as Exhibit 82.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes. So this is pre-marked as 82? It's okay. We're literally on the same page. So, Mr. Foley, can you see the screen, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I'd like you to walk us through this document. The date at the top left-hand corner in time, what is that, sir?
July 8th, 2025.
And underneath that, encounter date to, start and encounter end date, what are those two dates representing?
Those dates are the travel records from January 1st, 2022, and ending on July 7th, 2025, for pertaining to Anna Walshe.
And what is the date of birth?
Date of birth is April 12th, 1983.
And scrolling down, sir, there's 2 lines of entry with Anna Walsh's name. Can you walk us through what those 2 lines represent?
Sure. So the bottom line shows that Anna Walshe departed the United States on November 23rd, 2022, and returned to the United States on December 7th, 2022.
So on that bottom line, after November 23rd, 2022, there is a UA under carrier code. What's that mean, sir?
That stands for United Airlines.
And what does the O in the next column mean, sir?
That stands for outbound.
And now, sir, it says on board. What is the significance of that?
That shows that the airline confirmed that she was on board the aircraft.
Now, on the top row of data right above that, what does LH mean under carrier code?
That stands for Lufthansa Airlines.
And what does the I mean, sir?
Inbound.
Now, underneath that, there is a legend. And can you just run through the legend for us as far as what the codes and values are next to them? Sure.
So DUB is Dublin, Ireland. FRA, Frankfurt International, is Boston Logan International Airport. And IAD is Dulles International Airport in Washington, D.C.
And, sir, other than those 2 entries, were there any other records of Anna Walshe traveling outside the country from January 1st, 2022 to your July date in 2025?
No, sir.
Nothing further with Mr. Foley, Your Honor.
Any cross?
The records that have been admitted as Exhibit 82, they're not public records, are they?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
The witness may step down. Thank you.
Patrick Reardon.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Commonwealth would call Patrick Reardon.
Right this way, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, could you state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Patrick Reardon, Reardon.
Where do you work, sir?
Cohasset.
And what do you do in Cohasset?
I am a sergeant and a canine handler.
How long have you been, you say sergeant, so I'm assuming Cohasset Police Department.
Yes.
How long have you been with the Cohasset Police Department?
About 18 years.
And how long have you been a sergeant?
About 3 years.
And how long have you been a canine handler?
About 15 years.
And in January of 2023, what was your canine's name?
Einstein.
Now, what type of dog is Einstein?
He's a Belgian Malinois.
And what type of police dog is Einstein?
He's certified as a patrol dog. He tracks, it does area searches, building searches.
What type of training did he go into to be able to track?
So initially he takes myself and him go through a 16-week training with the local sheriff's office. And from there we do a twice-a-month training.
And now, sir, I'd like to ask you some questions about January 5th of 2023. Did you have the opportunity to do a track or an area search with Einstein that day?
I did.
Approximately what time?
About 10:20 in the morning.
And what was the weather like?
It was cool, cloudy.
And where did you conduct this search?
I conducted the search in the front the front left side, and the rear of the property.
And when you say the property, is that 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
Yes.
Now, sir, what type of search was this?
This was considered an area search.
And what would you call it? Can you tell us what an area search means?
An area search basically means it's not a track, so we don't have a definitive area of where the person would have started. So an area search would just be using the dog to try and pick up a scent of human odor in the area.
Now, Your Honor, if I may, we've stipulated to a series of photographs from Exhibits 83 to 89, and if I could publish the first of those, Exhibit 83.
You may.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman? Sergeant, can you see the image on the screen?
I can.
Is that the general area of the home that you had the opportunity to do your area search of?
It is.
And if we may have Exhibit 84. Now, Sergeant, do you see this image, Exhibit 84?
Yes.
Is the home in Exhibit 84?
Yes.
Now, sir, can you just tell us generally how far the home is set back from Route 3A?
It's about 100 yards.
And just generally looking at Exhibit 84, can you tell us again where you did your search?
So as you look at the home, I started the area search in the front left between the home and 3A on the left-hand side and worked my way back through the area where you can see Peppermint Brook.
Now, if we may have Exhibit 85. Sir, what part of the home is this?
That's the front.
And did you have the opportunity to walk this area with Einstein?
To the left of the driveway, yes.
And if we could have Exhibit 86. Do you recognize this area, sir?
Yes.
And that was also an area you got to walk with Einstein?
Yes.
All right. And Ms. Gilman, could we have, just a little bit out of order, Exhibit 39 from the other day? Do you recognize this area, sir?
Yes.
What is this of the house?
This is the backyard of the home.
What animals were in the backyard of the home when you were doing your search with Einstein?
There was a large German Shepherd in the fenced-in area.
And how was it behaving?
It was barking consistently at us.
And what was Einstein doing during this?
He was fine. He's not dog aggressive, so he continued to work.
And so is that what that other dog would be considered, dog aggressive?
Yes.
And could we have Exhibit 87? Do you recognize this area, sir?
Yes.
Where is this in relation to the home?
It's to the left of the home.
And did you get to walk this with Einstein?
I did.
And then if we could have Exhibit 88? Do you recognize this area, sir?
Yes.
And where was this?
Similar area to the left of the home, towards the back.
And then the final image I want to show you is Exhibit 89. And where is this in relation to the home?
That's in the backyard as well, the gravel path that leads up to the back.
And now, sir, what, if anything, did you find?
We didn't find anything.
And how long did you do that area search with Einstein?
It was approximately 25, 30 minutes.
And did you go inside the fence where the dog was?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because the dog was there and it wouldn't have worked out.
All right. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ross,
No questions.
the witness may step down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Commonwealth calls Tom Menino.
Right this way. There you go.
Good morning. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Thomas Menino, M-E-N-I-N-O.
And how are you employed, sir?
I'm currently employed with JetBlue,
In what capacity?
corporate security manager out of Boston Logan Airport.
Thank you. And how long have you been employed by JetBlue as corporate security?
Just under 2 years.
And what are your responsibilities there?
Security issues at the airport, keeper of the records.
And so as part of your job, you said you are keeper of the records,
Correct.
custodian of the records?
Correct.
Thank you. And does JetBlue Airlines keep records of customers flying on its planes in the normal course of business?
Yes, we do.
And how are your company's records kept?
Electronically.
When are entries made of those records?
As soon as someone purchases a reservation for an airline ticket, that's when we get the record.
Thank you. So as close to a transaction being made as possible?
Correct.
And why are records kept?
Just because we want to know who's flying on us, and if there's any issues with
I
it.
apologize, Judge, I just can't hear the witness.
Okay, I'm just going to ask the witness, this is a really large courtroom. Lean right into
Oh,
that
sorry.
microphone in a big, bold voice.
Sorry.
Thank you so much. If you could just repeat that answer.
So just so we know who's flying on our airline and that we, just have a record for them.
Thank you. So are your records kept in good faith?
Yes, they are.
And do you have JetBlue records concerning reservations for December 25th of 2022 through January 30th of 2023 for passenger Anna Walsh with a date of birth of April 12th, 1983 that you have provided to the Commonwealth?
Yes, we did.
Your Honor, I'd ask now that we enter in, which has already been previously marked as Exhibit 92.
9-2?
9-2.
Presumably, we're going to hear about what 90 and 91 are later?
Yes, we will, Your Honor.
All right, so 92 are the records from JetBlue. They're marked and admitted into evidence.
Thank you very much. I'd also ask that they be published for the jury at this time electronically.
You may.
Do you have a copy of those, sir?
I don't have them with me.
I will bring them right up to you.
Thank you.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Menino, are you familiar with those records?
I am.
Thank you very much. Looking at the reservation on 12/25/22, could you go to that page, Ms. Gilman? Thank you.
Okay.
Where was there a reservation from?
This reservation was from DCA, which is Reagan National Airport, to Boston.
So, and the code for Boston?
BOS.
Thank you. And what time was that reservation for?
It was for 6:30 p.m.
And can you tell if Ms. Walsh took that flight?
No, that flight was refunded.
Okay, so you can tell that she did not take that flight, is that correct?
Correct.
And where do you see that flight was refunded?
Where it says STAT, S-T-A-T, it says RFND.
And what happened to that flight? Do you know? Did that flight go that day?
That flight went, but that was a refunded ticket.
Okay. And when was that flight purchased?
Looks like it was issued on December 20th of 2022.
Going to the next record on 12/27. Did Ms. Walsh have a flight on 12/27/22?
Yes.
And where was, from where?
This flight was from Boston to Reagan National Airport,
And what time?
7:30 a.m.
And did she take that flight?
This flight here was booked through JetBlue when it was with the Northeast Alliance. That meant we were dealing with American Airlines. And so this was purchased for an American Airlines ticket. So we don't have record of if she took that flight or not.
And when was that flight purchased?
It was December 20th of 2022,
And where can you see that?
where it says issued.
And looking at the next page, please. Did Ms. Walsh have a flight on 12/30/22?
Yes, she did.
And from where to where?
That flight was from Reagan International Airport to Boston.
And what time?
That was at 6:30 a.m.
And did she take that flight on December 30th of 2022?
That ticket was used.
And when was that flight purchased?
December 20th of 2022.
And what's the difference, if you know, between created and issued?
Yeah, so it's created. That's when the ticket was created, was that date, and it was issued, the ticket was issued on the second date. So yeah, that was created on November 5th of 2022.
And that it was issued?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So created is the day it was purchased?
Correct.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, if you could just go back to that. Thank you. So created is the day it was purchased?
Correct.
Thank you. And was there a flight on January 3rd of 2023?
That's correct.
And from where to where?
From Boston to Reagan.
And what time?
That would be at 6 a.m.
And was that flight used? And Ms. Gilman, if you could go down now.
No, that says it was no-show, so it meant that the person did not show up for the flight.
What's the difference between refund and no-show?
So refund is you can cancel your ticket prior to your flight and get your money back. No-show means you just don't show up for the flight.
And looking at the next document, please. Was there a flight reservation for January 13th of 2023?
Yes.
And where was that flight scheduled from?
Reagan International Airport to Boston.
And what time?
6:30 p.m.
And did Ms. Walsh take that flight?
That was a no-show on that flight as well.
And if you could go down, please. And where do you see that?
Right there, it says CMP2. Hold on, let's make sure I get the right one. The third, sorry, it's CMP1. It's the lower one.
Thank you. And going back up, when was that?
That was created on November 5th of 2022.
Okay. And looking at 116, did Ms. Walsh have a flight reservation for 116 of 2023?
Yes, she did.
And where was that flight scheduled from?
That was from Boston to Reagan.
And what time was that flight for?
6 a.m.
And did she take that flight?
That was a no-show on that flight.
And when was that flight purchased? Going up, please.
November 5th, 2022.
And Ms. Gilman, could you go up in the record so we could see that, please?
A little bit more.
Go up, please. Thank you. And going to the next document, please. And looking at this document, did Ms. Walsh have a flight reservation for January 27th of 2023?
Yes, she did.
And where was this reservation from?
Reagan International Airport to Boston,
And what time?
6:30 p.m.
And did Miss Walsh take that flight?
That was a no-show for that flight.
And when was that flight purchased?
That flight was purchased on November 5th, 2022.
And looking at the January 30th, 2022, did she have a flight reservation for that date?
She did.
And where was the reservation from?
Boston to Reagan International Airport,
And what time?
6 a.m.
And did she take that flight?
She did not. No show.
And when was that flight purchased?
On November 5th, 2022.
And the final page, please. And what is this document showing, Mr. Menino?
These are just flights that we had scheduled for, it looks, December 23rd, 2022, December 24th, 2022, December 25th, December 30th, 2022, and January 1st, 2023.
And so that shows whether or not the flight went or was canceled?
Correct.
And those are only the JetBlue flights, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So this would show the the December 25th of 22 flights, whether they flew or were canceled.
That's correct.
Thank you very much.
Any cross-exam?
No questions, Judge.
Witness may step down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
The Commonwealth would call Greg Lowrance.
Please tell us where the program testimony is given us now here.
And you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Could you please state your name for the record and spell your last name?
Gregory Lowrance, last name spelled Lowrance.
And where do you work, sir?
The Cohasset Police Department
And how long have you worked there?
since 2018.
And what are your rank and responsibilities?
Currently, I am a police officer assigned as a school resource officer to the elementary school in town.
And what were your responsibilities in January of 2023?
I was working as a patrol officer.
In what shift were you working on January 4th of 2023?
The 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift.
And how were you dressed for that shift?
Regular department uniform.
And where were you dispatched at approximately 11:44 a.m. on January 4th of 2023?
516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway in Cohasset.
Sir, can you keep your voice up, please?
I'm sorry.
Lean right into that microphone.
You can also move that a little closer to you, the microphone, if you want. Now, what was the purpose, what was your purpose of going to 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
I believe it was for a well-being check.
And what did you do upon arrival to that residence?
I exited my cruiser and approached the side door of the residence.
And then what happened?
I was met by the resident of the house, Mr. Brian Walshe.
And where did you meet him?
I was on the door to the right of the main front door.
Okay. And what did he say, if anything, when you arrived?
He wanted to file a missing persons report for his wife.
What was his demeanor?
He was calm, collected.
And was this interaction that you had with him recorded?
It was not.
And did Cohasset Police Department have body-worn cameras at that time?
We did not.
Does Cohasset Police Department have body-worn cameras now?
We do not.
And did he say why he wanted to report his wife missing?
He contacted her workplace, and they had not heard from her, and he had not heard from her in a few days.
What did he tell you about the last time that he had seen her?
It was on January 1st, 2023.
What, if anything else, did he tell you?
That it was the morning between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. Before she took a flight back to Washington, D.C. for work.
And did he tell you where she was taking a flight from?
Logan Airport.
And did he tell you how she got to Logan Airport?
She took an Uber from the residence.
And did he say what he had done to contact her?
He had tried to call and text her, and also was reaching out to friends and coworkers in the D.C. area.
And did he say whether or not this was typical behavior?
It was not.
What did he say about their typical behavior?
When she is away from the family for work, they usually FaceTime frequently, so he can FaceTime with their children.
Officer Lowrance, what did you next do in regard to Mr. Walsh's missing person report?
I returned to my cruiser to go into my cruiser bag and take out a blank NCIC missing persons report form to fill out.
And what is NCIC?
It is the National Crime Information Center, a national database used for law enforcement to get information out to surrounding agencies.
So what kind of information do you need for that?
Just basic biographical information, any personal appearance information, anything that will help locate a missing person.
And were you able to compile information for that form?
Yes.
And at this point, Your Honor, I'd like to put into evidence what's been marked by agreement as Exhibit 93, the NCIC form.
Exhibit 93 is now in evidence, the NCIC form.
Thank you. And before I ask you a question about that, who gave you the information to fill out the form?
Brian Walsh.
Do you recognize Brian Walsh in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you please point him out for the record?
He's right there in a black suit, red tie.
Your Honor, might the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
The record will so reflect.
Thank you. Your Honor, I'd like to publish Exhibit 93, the NCIC form.
You may.
Thank you. What did the defendant tell you was the name of his wife?
Anna Walsh.
And what did he say was her date of birth?
April 12th, 1983.
Where did he tell you she was born?
Belgrade.
What information did the defendant tell you about where Anna Walsh lived?
They owned a townhouse in Washington, D.C., which she stayed at when she was down there for work.
Ms. Gilman, if you could go down. And what did he say was the address?
5334 43rd Street Northwest.
And did he give you the Washington, D.C. and the zip
Yes.
code?
Yes, ma'am.
And did he say what her car was?
Yes.
And what was that?
A 2022 gray Volkswagen Taos.
And did he give you a physical description of her?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
And what was that physical description that he gave you?
About 115 pounds in weight, 5'2" height, brown hair, brown eyes.
And did he provide you any information about her phone?
Yes, he supplied me with her cell phone number.
And well, why is the cell phone number important for you?
Then we can conduct a ping of the cell phone to determine its last known location.
And what number did the defendant give you did he also, besides her cell phone, did he also give you his cell phone number?
Yes, he did.
And what number did he give you?
617-939-8646.
And did the defendant tell you what airline Ms. Walsh was going to fly?
He said that she was flying JetBlue.
And why is that information important?
Then we can contact Logan Airport and determine if she boarded any flights for JetBlue that day.
And after obtaining the information from the NCIC form, where did you then go?
I then returned to the Cohasset Police Department.
And I should ask, did you go inside the house at that time?
I did not.
How long were you at the house?
Probably around 20 minutes.
And at some point, did you go back to the house that night?
I did.
And why did you go back to the house that night?
I returned to the residence around 6:30 p.m. For a recorded interview with Sergeant Harrison Schmidt.
I might have one moment, Your Honor.
Yes?
Nothing further.
Any cross?
Two questions. Had you ever been to that house before?
No, sir.
And you started working at Cohasset in 2018?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can I see counsel at the side of the bench? The witness may step. Send you approximately 10 seconds early to your morning break. Have a good break.
All rise for the court, please. Close your notebooks. Slowly.
Either or. That's actually easy.
Anyone need anything?
No, Your Honor.
Have a good break.
Thank you.
Court is back in session. You may be seated.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Commonwealth calls Seth Fox.
Watch your stuff for me.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
You may proceed.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please state your full name for the record?
Seth Fox.
And how do you spell your last name?
F-O-X.
Thank you. Mr. Fox, what is your occupation?
I'm a subpoena compliance specialist with Lyft.
And what is a subpoena compliance specialist?
My job is to intake and respond and review subpoenas that are served to Lyft by law enforcement.
And how long have you done that job?
For 2.5 years.
And how long have you worked for Lyft?
Since 2018.
And what are your, as part of your specific responsibilities, are you a custodian of records for Lyft?
Yes.
And as such, what are your responsibilities as the custodian of records?
To collect, search for and collect records that we are subpoenaed for.
And when are entities made on business records at Lyft?
At the time they're created.
And why are they made?
for purposes of privacy and security and maintaining data.
And are they made in the normal course of business?
Yes.
And are they made in good faith?
Yes.
What is Lyft?
A technology company that facilitates rideshare pairings between drivers and riders through our Lyft app.
So how does Lyft work?
If you're a rider, you would go in, you would first download the Lyft app and then input your information, name, phone number, payment method, and then you can use the app to request a ride to whatever location you're going to. And it pairs you with the driver in your area.
Is Lyft a paid or free service?
Paid.
Are you familiar with the records that have been requested in this case?
Yes.
And have you previously supplied those records to us?
Yes.
And are these the records for the account information for Anna Walshe with a payment and profile for that user?
Yes.
And did Anna Walshe have an account with Lyft?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm now seeking to admit, which has been previously marked as Exhibit 94, the records of Lyft.
All right, the Lyft records for Anna Walshe are now in evidence as Exhibit 94.
Thank you. May I approach the witness?
You may.
Just going to show you these so you can reference them during your testimony.
Thank you.
I'm also going to ask, Your Honor, if they could be published to the jury.
They may be.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, if we could start with the account. Mr. Fox, when was this account created?
This was created on May 16th of 2022.
And what phone number was associated with the account?
617-599-7966.
And how is the phone number used with Lyft?
It is, the app is through your phone, so you have to download it to your phone, and that phone number is how you create rides or request rides.
And does Lyft keep other information about the account holder's phone?
We keep information such as the IP address at the time the account was created, the phone carrier, and the app version that was used, and the operating system on that phone.
And why is that?
For data purposes, for privacy security.
What kind of phone was used here?
It was a iPhone 14.4.
And who was the carrier?
Verizon.
In addition to keeping that information, do you also keep payment method?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, I'd ask you to go to the payment document. And can you tell me about the payment method in these records?
It was a Visa card, last four digits, 5421.
And finally, sir, Ms. Gilman, if you could go to the cover, were there any rides between December 30th of 2022 and January 8th of 2023 that were used by this rider?
No.
Thank you.
Any cross? Question. The witness may step down. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
The Commonwealth calls Alyssa Wimmer.
Right this way. Just watch your stuff for me. Slide this chair. Step right up. No, just step right up. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you may proceed.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please state your name, spell your last name for the record?
Yes, my name is Alyssa Wimmer, Wimmer.
And what is your occupation, ma'am?
I work for Uber Technologies.
And what is your title?
I am one of their regional public safety liaisons.
And how long have you worked for Uber Technologies?
Approximately a year and a half.
And always in the same position?
Yes.
And what are your specific responsibilities?
My job is to assist law enforcement within my region, which includes the Northeast United States, with complex or critical safety incidents that have some sort of a nexus to the Uber platform.
And as part of your job, have you been designated as a custodian of records?
Yes.
As such, what are your responsibilities?
I am able to look at requests that law enforcement put through our portal for Uber, locate data that they are requesting, and then produce that data to law enforcement.
And when are entries made on business records at Uber Technologies?
At the time of the event or shortly thereafter.
And why are they made?
In order to maintain our regular course of business.
And are they made in good faith?
Yes.
What is Uber Technologies?
So we're more commonly known as Uber. We are a technology company that facilitates various transportation and delivery services under our platform. So we're probably most commonly known for our rideshare feature, which allows a user to access the Uber application, request a trip with a pickup location and a drop-off location, and then Uber will match that person with the driver, and the driver will transport the individual from point A to point B.
Is Uber a pay or free service?
A paid service.
Are you familiar with the records that have been requested in this case?
Yes.
And did you provide those records previously?
Uber did, yes.
And were those records for account information for 617-599-7966?
Yes.
And did Uber have an account for 617-599-7966?
Yes.
And you have seen those records?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask at this time, those were provided digitally.
Correct.
I'd ask at this time that the records, which have been marked on a thumb drive as Exhibit 95, previously marked, be the next exhibit.
And that's agreed to?
Yes, Your Honor.
The Uber records for the phone number recited are now in evidence as Exhibit 95.
Thank you. And I ask that they be published both for the witness and the jury.
You may do that.
Thank you. I'd ask that we start with response page 2. So why are records based on a phone number for Uber?
Uber does not require individuals to provide legal verification of their identity. So a user can choose whatever display name they want on their account, but we do verify phone number and or email address. So when law enforcement is requesting data from us, we often require a phone number or an email address in order to locate the account.
And what name was associated with this account?
Anna Walshe.
And what email is associated with this account?
It's ANCILI83@yahoo.com.
And was there also a date of birth at the bottom?
So that date of birth was provided by law enforcement to Uber and as an identifier in order to search for those records. And that date of birth was April 12th of 1983.
And were there going to the next attachment to the response, please? Were there any rides between December 30th of 2022 and January 8th of 2023?
There were 2 trips taken from that account on December 30th of 2022.
And they were, can you tell us where those were?
Well, columns G and H will tell you where the rider said they wanted to be picked up in GPS coordinates. Columns I and J will tell you where the rider was actually picked up. Columns K and L will tell you where the rider wanted to be dropped off. And columns M and N will tell you where the rider was actually dropped off.
And those are longitude and latitude?
Correct.
And those are GPS coordinates, like if you put into Google Maps or something like that?
Correct.
And can you tell from this about payment method?
Yes. Columns O and P and Q contain information about the credit card that was used to pay for these 2 rides. Column O is going to be the first 6 digits on that credit card number. Column P is going to be the last 4 digits of that credit card number. And then column Q is the expiration date for the credit card.
And can you tell us what columns R, S, and T are?
Yes. Column R is how much the trip costs in United States currency. Column S is the distance of the trip in miles. And column T is going to be the duration of the trip in minutes.
Were any other rides taken besides these 2 rides?
Between the dates that you indicated?
Exactly.
No.
Were any other accounts registered with Uber connected to that phone number, credit card, or email?
I believe there was another account linked to that phone number, but there was no activity on it at all.
And going back to response page 2, where do you see that? Is that somewhere there?
No. I believe this request was also related to information about trips that were taken, and this account had trips on it, whereas I believe there was another account linked to this phone number that was never used, never had any trips on it at all, and therefore was not.
So there were no trips for that date?
Correct.
For those dates?
Correct.
So no information was supplied?
Correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cross?
Cross, Judge.
The witness may step down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Commonwealth would call Michael Kenyon.
Right this way, sir. Just watch your step. Right.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm very good, sir. But my first question to you is, what's your name?
Michael Kenyon, Swampscott Police Department.
And can you spell your last name for us?
Yeah, Kenyon.
And, sir, you said Swampscott Police Department. What is your rank there?
I'm an officer.
And how long have you been an officer? How long have you been with the Swampscott Police Department?
Since 2020.
Now, I'd like to ask you some questions about January 9th of 2023. Were you working that day?
Yes.
What time do you think you might have got to dispatch to 330 Paradise Road?
Sometime right around 3 o'clock.
Can you describe 330 Paradise Road for us in Swampscott?
It's an apartment complex on Paradise Road in Swampscott.
And why were you there?
I have been advised by my OIC to go up there and assist some police agencies.
And so
Voice
what?
up, sir, please. Just lean right into that
Oh, yeah, okay.
microphone and keep your voice up.
Okay.
Thank you.
If you pull it right to you, make it. There you go. So when you got there, what did you see?
Multiple police agencies. There were the Mass State Police CPAC unit was there, mass crime scene, and some representatives from Swampscott CID were there.
And were they near any areas in particular at 330 Paradise Road?
Yes.
What?
They were near the trash compactor and the dumpster.
At this point in time, the Commonwealth would seek to publish what's been previously stipulated to as Exhibits 90 and 91, photographs from 330 Paradise Road.
As agreed, they're now in evidence as 90 and 91.
Ms. Gilman, can we have HAS 6436, which is Exhibit 90? Sir, do you see that?
Yes.
Is that one of the two dumpsters or compactors you had the opportunity to be near at 330 Paradise Road that day?
Yes.
All right. And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 91, HAS 6469? And sir, do you see this object?
Yes.
Is that what's this compared to the other receptacle you saw?
This is a trash compactor.
And so you get there, you see all these officers, and you see these two objects. What happens next?
The trash compactor and the dumpster are secured on flatbeds.
Okay. And so then what do you do?
Was advised that I was going to lead a caravan from our location to another location.
And so where was the other location you were going to go to?
It was at the time it was JRM, but it's the Republic Trash Services at 300 Forest Street in Peabody.
Okay. Now, so what do? You've got this location in Peabody. What happens next?
So I lead the caravan from 330 Paradise Road in Swampscott to the Republic Trash Services at 300 Forest Street in Peabody. Upon arrival, I blocked traffic on Forest Street and allowed the caravan to enter the JRM or the Republic Trash Plant.
And you say the caravan. What was in the caravan?
Caravan was me leading the trash compactor and the dumpster on flatbeds behind me, and then multiple police cruisers being the state or crime scene, and then some Swampscott police unmarked.
And after those cruisers and the dumpster and the compactor went up to the trash spot, what did you do?
Secured the gate and went back to Swampscott to work my shift.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any cross?
Just one.
Witness may step down. Thank you, sir.
Oh, no, I just have one question, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's my fault. With regards to the Exhibit 91, that trash compactor, do you have any knowledge of whether that had trash in it?
No.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor.
The witness may step down.
Thank you.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
The Commonwealth calls Sergeant Amy Waterman.
Wait this way. Just watch your stuff for me.
Good morning. And you may proceed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes, Amy Waterman, Waterman.
And how are you employed?
I'm a sergeant with the Massachusetts State Police.
And how were you employed in January of 2023?
I was a trooper assigned to the Massachusetts State Police.
In what unit?
The Violent Fugitive Apprehension Section, which falls under the Division of Investigative Services.
And did you go to 5334 43rd Street Northwest in Washington, D.C. on January 7th of 2023?
Yes, I did.
And who did you go to that location with?
Lieutenant Michael Lopes from the Cohasset Police Department.
And do you remember approximately what time you went there on the 7th of January?
Yeah, it was approximately 11:40 a.m.
And whose home was that?
That was the home of Anna Walshe.
And did you know Anna Walshe?
No, I did not.
And why were you at her home?
We had been sent down to D.C. to search her residence there in regards to a missing person case.
Can you please describe that home?
It was a 3-story brick corner unit. I would call it like a townhouse, brick townhouse.
And was there any security or ring doorbells or anything like that when you got to that home?
No.
And how did you enter the home?
The basement level was a garage, and Lieutenant Lopes was in possession of a key, the key code combination for the door.
To the garage?
Correct.
Okay. And so did you go into the garage?
Yes.
And what observations were made of the garage?
There was several boxes of miscellaneous items, which there was some carpets that were rolled up. There was things you would find in a garage, like a wet vac. No vehicles were found. It was pretty neatly organized.
And were there any other rooms attached to the garage?
There was, through the door, there was a smaller room. I would call it an exercise room. There was a treadmill, a chair, and a couple other items, like a weight bench.
So besides that garage level, what did you do next?
There was an interior door that led to a stairwell that went up to the actual apartment of the townhouse.
And were you able to get through that door?
Yes.
And did you need an additional key or code or anything to get through that?
No.
And so how did you get through that? Was it unlocked for you? Or if you know?
I believe it was, yes.
Okay. And so where did you then go?
We went up a set of stairs that led to what I would call the first floor of the townhouse. It was three residential floors, so we went up to the first floor.
And can you describe that first floor, please, for the jury?
Yes, it was a main kitchen area. There was a restroom in that area, as well as like a living area, like a seating area.
Okay. And what was the condition of the kitchen?
It was very neat and tidy. Nothing really out of place.
Did you look around?
We did.
Was there anything in the fridge?
Yeah, there was some, I don't remember exactly, but there was some food items in the fridge.
And what did you see in the rest of the area of that main floor, you said?
Again, it was neatly put together. There was some miscellaneous personal items that you would typically find in a kitchen or a living area, furniture.
So it was furnished?
Correct.
And so after looking at that kitchen floor, what did you do next?
Once we took a look at that floor, we went up, ascended up the stairs to the second floor.
And when you say we, you're talking about?
Yes, Lieutenant Lopes.
Okay.
Yes.
Was anyone else with you besides?
No, it was just the two of us.
Okay. So after you finished looking at the kitchen, you said you went up to the next floor?
Correct.
And what was on, and how did you get to the next floor?
We took the stairs up, and there was another interior door that opened up into a larger area.
And what did you see there?
I would describe it as the primary bedroom. Essentially, the whole floor was one big bedroom. There was, off to the left, there was maybe described as like an office area. There was a desk and just a couple sitting chairs. That was to the left as you went in. To the right was the bed, and there was a walk-in closet. And right before the walk-in closet, there was a door to the left, which was a bathroom.
Did you make any observations of the bed?
The bed was made. There was a couple female clothing items that were on the bed.
Did you make any observations of the closet?
The closet was full of clothing, shoes, sunglasses, handbags, miscellaneous things.
Did you make any observations of men's clothing in the closet?
Yes, there was some men's clothing.
And what about the bathroom? Can you describe the bathroom?
Like the rest of the house, it was neat and tidy. There were personal items such as hair products and toothbrushes and soaps and things like that.
Was there another floor?
Yes, there was a third floor.
And how did you get to that floor?
We ascended up the stairs.
And what was on the third floor?
The third floor consisted of another restroom, another bathroom, and there were 3 smaller bedrooms.
And what observations did you make of the 3 smaller bedrooms?
They appeared to be rooms for children, all contained kids' furniture, all very nicely kept and neat. There were various toys and clothing that would tell us that it belonged to the children.
And how were the beds in those rooms?
They were made.
And what size were those beds, if you remember?
I don't recall.
Okay. What was the general condition of the home?
Again, very neat and tidy, well organized.
And in general, did you find any paperwork or anything in the home?
We did.
And where was that generally found?
Mostly in the kitchen.
And did you find Anna Walshe in the home?
No, we did not.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross-exam.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You've used the word neat many times,
Correct.
because that's the way the townhouse
Yes.
was well organized.
Correct.
So you said that you found the paperwork, documents.
Yes, sir.
You used the word primarily.
So what was the question? Oh, primarily in the kitchen. Yes.
Where in the kitchen? Like,
I don't remember exactly. I believe it was there was a countertop with some shelves underneath it. I believe that's where it was found.
okay, did you, you mentioned what, I thought I heard you say, you mentioned something like a study or a desk or something in one of the, in the
Yes,
primary
in the
bedroom?
primary bedroom there was a desk.
And did you go through the drawers looking for other documents?
I don't recall if we did or not.
So when you left, did you take all the documents that you found that you thought were significant?
We took some, yes.
Okay. And how did you know what kind of documents to look for, the significance of them?
Based on the address, personal documents for travel was kind of what we were looking for.
Okay. And you said that you saw some men's clothes?
Yes.
And they were in the closet?
Yes.
There were no other men's clothes anywhere else that you can recall?
Not that I can recall.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, thank you.
The witness may step down. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Your Honor, before we call, could we approach?
Sure.
Thank you.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Commonwealth would call Peter Capizzoli.
Right this way, sir. Step up, watch your step. All the way in. A little bit further. There you go, sir.
Thank you.
And you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I'm going to ask you if you pull that microphone closer to you because it's going to amplify your voice and everyone will be able to hear you. Can you state your name for the record and spell your last name?
Peter Capozzoli, Capozzoli.
And, sir, by the way, that is perfect as far as the volume. Are you familiar with Cohasset Imports?
Yes.
What is Cohasset Imports?
It's a used car dealership, sales and service.
And how are you familiar with it?
I'm the owner.
Ms. Gilman, could we have what was entered in today as Exhibit 84? Thank you, Ms. Gilman. Sir, I'm showing you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 84. Do you see at the bottom where it says Cohasset Imports?
Yes.
Now, sir, where is your home in relation to Cohasset Imports?
To the right up the driveway.
And, sir, are you familiar with 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
Yes.
How are you familiar with it?
I own it.
And how long have you owned it?
Since September 2019.
And do you see 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway in relation to this photograph that has Cohasset Imports on it?
Yes, I do.
And can you point it out for us, sir?
Right there?
In the middle, sir?
Right here?
Yeah. I can't see where your finger is.
In the middle, yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. Now, sir, is that your primary residence, 516?
No.
What do you do with that property?
I rent it.
And so, sir, are you familiar with the Walshe family?
Yes.
And how are you familiar with the Walshe family?
They were the last tenants that we rented to.
And now, when did you begin renting to the Walshe family?
I believe it was March of 22.
And what was the initial terms of the lease?
The first 6 months, I took less per month, I believe $4,800 a month to have them pay up front.
Yes, sir.
That was something they wanted.
Okay. And so, in how many months was the lease for?
The first one was 6 months.
And did you ever have to have another lease with them?
Yes.
And when was that?
So we extended it for the full $5,000 per month for another 6 months, I believe.
Now, during the course of the Walshe family at 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway, how many times did you have the opportunity to see Anna Walshe?
3 or 4 times.
And how many times would you have the opportunities to see Brian Walshe?
He brought the check every month, so I would see him each month once and then maybe another 5 or 6 times in between that.
Now, sir, do you see Mr. Walshe here today?
Yes.
Could you identify him with some article of clothing he may be wearing?
A tie with a black jacket.
Your Honor, if the record may reflect that the witnesses identify the defendant.
The record will so reflect.
Sir, as far as any kind of fixes to the property or anything like that, who would perform repairs to the property?
I did.
How often did you have to do that?
Just 3 or 4 times.
What type of things would you have to fix?
The first time was a dripping faucet. I went in, figured the problem, went back, ordered some parts, got the parts, came back and fixed it.
And besides a leaky faucet, anything else that you had to fix?
One time there was a loose hinge on a hutch in the kitchen, and I came in on a Sunday morning and worked on that and corrected that.
Was anyone home when you fixed the hitch?
Yes.
Who was home?
Anna was home and the 3 boys.
Now, Besides making those two repairs, any other significant repairs to the home?
Yes, one other one. In the middle of July, the AC stopped working. So I went over at night, looked at it for a few hours, checked everything I could, knew what I had, knew what I didn't have. So then I had an electrician come in the morning. He showed up, I think, at 8 o'clock. And he had, after 5 minutes, he said, "Where's the shutoff switch for the heater AC unit?" I said, "I didn't know. It was upstairs." So it was upstairs in the entryway coming in the side door, and the switch had been flipped off. That's why the AC didn't work.
All right, so pretty basic fixes.
Yes.
Now, sir, as far as the basement of the house, when you rented it, what was in the basement?
Just a few small things and a dehumidifier, maybe a small table, and 2 refrigerators that were not hooked up.
Now, and Ms. Gilman, if you could just take down that exhibit, thank you. In late December of 2022, what did you do as far as going away on a vacation?
I went to the Caribbean over New Year's.
And during that time, did you ever receive any calls from Mr. Brian Walsh?
Yes.
When?
I believe it was Thursday of the week that I was there, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in the late afternoon time frame.
And can you tell us about the conversation? What was the conversation you had with Mr. Walsh in this phone call?
Yes. So he had asked me if I had security on my building, and I said, no, not at this time. We were still in the building process. And so I said, why? And he said, well, my wife is missing. She took an Uber this morning, or was supposed to take an Uber this morning to go to D.C. for work. And we haven't found her, and she didn't show up in D.C.
Did he tell you what time she left?
I think in the 4 to 5 range in the morning.
Now, and you said that your building was under construction. What building was being worked on?
Cohasset Imports.
And did you tell him about any other places that might have cameras?
Yes. So next door, north of me, there's a home, and I thought he might have security. So I mentioned the name and said you could check with him.
Now, sir, on the lease you had with the Walsh family, are you familiar with that lease?
Yes.
One moment. Your Honor, if I may approach?
You may.
Mr. Capizzoli, I'm handing you a document. You recognize it?
Yes, that's the lease.
And, Your Honor, I seek to have this marked as the next exhibit.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
I think the next one is 96. The lease for 516 Chief Justice Highway is in evidence as Exhibit 96.
Directing your attention to page 4 under tenant. Can you state who the tenant is of the lease and the address affixed to that?
Yes, Diana Walsh, and the address is 330 Paradise Road, apartment 1320 in Swampscott, Mass.
And, counsel, your Honor, approach one more time.
You may.
Thank you. Mr. Capizzoli, I'm handing you a photograph. Sir, do you recognize the room of that the photograph's taken in?
Yes.
Do you recognize the person in that photograph?
Well, I think it's Anna.
Okay. And the room, is it a fair and accurate depiction of the room that you recognize?
Yes.
And what room is it that you recognize?
It's the living room or den Yep.
The Commonwealth would seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
Any objection? Photo is now in evidence as Exhibit 97.
Your Honor, if the Commonwealth may publish briefly.
Yes?
Thank you. Ms. Gillen, can we have still 3? Mr. Capizzoli, how do you recognize this as the living room?
So when you walk in the front door, it's the room to the left. It's the only room that had a rug. It's the only room downstairs that has a fireplace.
You can take that down, Ms. Gilman. Thank you. And Your Honor, if I may have just a moment.
Yes?
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, sir, I neglected to ask you this. When you rented the home to the Walsh family, was it furnished?
Yes, partially furnished, yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross?
Sorry, Judge.
Sorry, I was in my typing mode. Go right ahead.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
You were talking about the property in Cohasset, and one of the rooms you were talking about was the basement.
Yes,
Am I correct that the basement wasn't furnished?
correct.
It wasn't properly heated?
No heat, just for what comes from the boiler, right?
Okay. And there wasn't a washer and dryer down there?
No,
There wasn't a playroom for kids?
no,
There wasn't a rug, it was just a cement floor?
yes,
And the basement not only had access to the house, but it also would have had access to get outside of the house, like
Ye-
a bulkhead?
a walk-through door, a regular door, yes.
Okay. You had also mentioned, I believe, Mr. Connor introduced the lease, and that lease was in Diana Walsh's name?
Yes,
And to your knowledge, that was Mr. Walsh's mother?
yes,
And the first 6 months of the lease, that was paid in full
yes,
by Mrs. Walsh, Mrs. Diana Walsh?
yes.
And was your intention to rent that property in smaller increments? Or that's just what came to you with the Walshes that time?
That's what came to me.
Okay. And in speaking to the Walshes, it was your understanding that the reason they were looking for short-term housing was because the family was planning to relocate to Washington, D.C.?
That's correct.
And after the 6 months, they approached to extend the lease, right?
Yes.
And what month was that, if you remember?
August or September, something in that.
2022?
Yes.
Okay. And when they first came to you to extend the lease, they only wanted to extend it for 3 months.
Yes,
And that was because their trip to D.C. was impending, was coming up.
yes,
Okay. And your understanding was that when Mr. and Mrs. Walsh and their 3 young children went to D.C., that Diana Walsh might move in and take over.
yes,
And it sounds like you didn't want to do such a short lease, so you agreed to do 6 months.
yes,
And during those 6 months, you mentioned that Mr. Walsh would bring you the rent check, right?
yes,
But the rent was being still paid by Diana Walsh, his mother.
correct, yes,
And that was $5,000 a month?
yes,
Okay. You had mentioned that you had done a couple repairs to the property as a landlord?
yes,
Okay. And one of the things that you mentioned is there was a leaky faucet.
yes.
And something like a leaky faucet, is that something that the Walshes would be financially responsible to fix?
No,
Because that's just normal wear and tear of the home.
yes,
And I think the second thing you said was there a hinge on a hutch that was loose?
yes.
And that was something that you could just go over with a screwdriver?
I had to replace the hinge.
Okay. And is that something that was normal wear and tear, or did the Walshes damage that and they would have to pay for it?
Probably wear and tear, but it could have opened too far and broke the hinge, not sure.
Okay.
Yep.
In the lease, or your understanding, would there be some damage that the Walshes could have done to the home that they would have to be financially responsible for?
Yes,
So, for example, if a large hole in the ceiling happened during their tenancy. You wouldn't run over there and get up on a ladder and drywall the ceiling and fix a hole yourself.
No, I wouldn't.
And that would be something that isn't regular wear and tear, right?
I would say that's not regular wear and tear, no.
Okay. So that would be something that the Walshes would be responsible for paying for and covering.
Sure, if they actually did it, if it wasn't something that the house had control over, yes.
Okay. And you had mentioned that other than the rent check, that you would see Mr. Walsh, when you say 5 or 6 times, do you mean 5 or 6 times a month, or do you mean 5 or 6 times over the course of the lease?
Over the course of the lease, yep.
And would you ever see him with any of his 3 little boys?
No, not outside the house, no.
Okay. And you said you saw Anna Walsh on a couple of occasions?
Yes,
And that was with Mr. Walsh or by herself and the boys?
by herself,
Okay. Nothing further, Your
with the
Honor.
boys, I'm sorry, by herself
Okay.
with the boys.
By
yeah.
herself with the boys. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
The witness may step down. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.